You don't think it's infected, do you?
Dann ist der
Come
da.
on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real
About face!
Can you spare a coin?
Okay, hier in dem Gebiet. Esmeraldas Laden. Willkommen bei Esmeraldas Laden. Hier gibt's alles von Unterhosen bis zu Zaubertränken.
Compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
Der Ladenwachmann sagt Rumpf.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your
Septimus.
heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her, even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent.
Und wer seid
So
ihr?
fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists.
Sprechen wir über Jakes Tod.
Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of Seven couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending.
Würde ich gerne
And
einige
what
Fragen stellen.
questions are those?
Erzählt mir etwas über Suiseal.
The Sicilians used to say this was a chosen place, favored by the higher powers. But they don't talk like that much these days. Hard to feel favored with such horrors haunting every border, I imagine.
Erzählt mir etwas über die
Don't
Untoten.
even mention those rotten carcasses to me. They're the reason we've been stuck in this dead-end town for nigh on 2 bloody years. All fun and games in the beginning, but just you lose a couple of friends fighting those fiends. Get used to lousy rations and have but drink and dice for entertainment. And you'll soon come to realize that out of hundreds of cohorts the world round, yours drew the short straw.
Naja, dürfen wir mit der
Lords
Lady reden.
above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches. Well, what do you want to know?
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil
something
deed.
would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry, milady. We Legionnaires are highly trained soldiers who fear neither orc nor
Okay.
Oh,
Ja,
what if you were to
bekommen.
be ambushed, caught unawares? Oh, catch me, for I might faint.
Als auf zur Taverne. Und haben wir das jetzt verhindert. Zitat, und das wird wohl die Taverne
You
sein.
there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
Wer bitte seid ihr?
Menus at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
Ja.
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Ja, aber natürlich, wie könnte jemand mit meinem Beruf anders darüber denken?
Quite right.
Ja, noch nicht.
Adventure is what we live for. See here. You and I share the same passion. I never
Und
doubted
der
it
kommt
for
mir
a
ein bisschen,
moment. The thrill
naja,
of walking the unbeaten path. The rush of finding yourself in a
und so steht
goblin
er hier hinter
ambush,
der Mauer.
knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me,
Ein bisschen Geld
tell
könnte
me
man gebrauchen.
truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Ich kann nicht behaupten, dass dem so nicht so ist.
And I can't say that I have. I'm content with what I have.
Ja, wir haben nichts. Und ich würde mir schon mal gerne was kaufen.
Well, don't quarrel about it on my account. Still, if a matter is divisive, it is divisive mainly because it is alluring. And riches are so very alluring. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. And at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
Es ist keine Schande, Anwesen zu befüllen, wenn der Dienst das Vertrauen verdient. Wenn die Überführung als folgendes war.
True enough. We serve a just cause, so why wouldn't we follow our orders?
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet's role. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream.
Jetzt kommen wir zum
Enact
Punkt.
the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. So that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the
Klingt mir immer noch nach irgendeinem
fabulous
Scam.
The invitation to join is yours.
Wartet hier vor der Tür
Grab
und
it.
spricht ahnungslose Abenteurer an.
Ah, the fabulous five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra,
Ja.
to better ourselves as we do so. to
Wo ist der
realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started? What a gem of a question.
Was machen wir
Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful?
Das ist kein Schneeballprinzip, ist ein Pyramidensystem, Dreiecks-Io-Dreieck. Das ist, wenn du weitere anhörst und dann
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed
kriegst
your
einen
heart.
Anteil.
It has, hasn't it?
Ja.
But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we said, of course.
Kindesquetsche.
Rather foolish to pass up on such a lucrative opportunity, don't you think?
Das klingt aber nach... Ich will mich keiner Bande von Irren anschließen und ihr auch nicht. Ich versuche nur, eigentlich vom schlichten Geschäft zu bewahren, versteht ihr? Wird ihr etwa bestreiten, dass hier einer verlorenen Typen ist, der ihr jemals getroffen habt? Wir werden doch irgendwann an Anschlagbrettern andere Quests kriegen oder so und da dann irgendwie von ihm nur als Vermittler. Nee.
Listen, we the Terrific Two will soon become a one-man act if you don't join the Fabulous Five.
I've got my eye on you, Baron. I am a duke.
Oh nein. Jemand hat den Stein genommen. Ein Schere hat er genommen. Papier genommen. Stein. Nice. Papier.
No, no. We'll do as I say and there's an end to it.
Oh, how frightfully disappointing. How illogical and short-sighted of you. To deny the Fabulous Five. It is a crime against reason and humanity. Opportunity knocks, and you close the blinds. The lackey's life is yours, and by choice.
So ein Schneeballsystem,
So long, fare thee
Dreiecksystem
well,
beizutreten.
though you won't.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent
Oops.
to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns
Ah, hello. I
Herzog von
suppose you're
Frieden.
here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
Was wisst ihr über den Mond?
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm.
Glauben wir ihm das?
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him.
Wer sagtet ihr? Seid ihr noch einmal? Ich komme mir nicht aus der Akademie bekannt vor.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
Ich habe nichts davon gehört, dass andere Quellenjäger nach Zürich geschickt wurden. Was macht ihr hier?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Ihr Dorf wurde von Orks angegriffen. Wie konntet ihr entkommen?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands.
Wie lautet der nächste Angriffsplan?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
Das ist also der Vorschlag. Ihr helft uns hier in Sicil und danach helfen wir euch dabei, euer Heimatdorf zurückzuerobern.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
Klingt doch gut. Ein fantastischer Plan. Wenn 3 Quellenjäger zusammenarbeiten, werden wir all den bösen Gefahren einen Halt bieten, die dieses schöne Land noch fest im Griff haben.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Ihr könnt eure Gruppe aufteilen, indem ihr die Porträts eurer Charaktere auseinanderzieht und so die Verbindung trennt. Ihr könnt Verbindung in eurer Gruppe erstellen, indem ihr die Porträts zusammenzieht.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ah, he should be so lucky as he defeated
Nur Idee.
great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets.
Können die zwei zusammenlaufen lassen und
You could even fathom.
ihn zulassen. Zum Beispiel. Oh nein, wo wieder an? Katze.
Come now, Alistair.
Ja,
Surely you've met your match once or twice. Ah, what have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Sicil. Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? You're exactly the person I've been searching for. That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component. Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch by inch. Already refused to join? But, darling, didn't you... how can we... refused? Oh, a plague on both our houses. For now we may never link our destinies. Away from me now, oh perfect specimen. Torment me no further. But if you happen to meet more able-bodied, agile-minded adventurers, don't hesitate to, send them my way. A woman can only mourn for so long. My only one.
Na sicher.
Come now, Alistair.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make...
So ist der denn, was draußen geredet haben.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while. Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman, though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest for nearly 2 decades now, but the king crab's older than that by a long shot. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Beer and naps for everyone, no questions asked. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pinch.
Was ist das denn anzubieten? Apfelsaft, Orangensaft, Krugbier. Guck, Wein, rohes Fleisch.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than
Gar nicht mehr
saffron,
so
I
viel
dare
Geld.
say.
Wir haben das Zeug vielleicht hier los, was wir nicht mehr brauchen. Die Stabmal steht man noch behalten. Und wir können.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Die Aufzählung hier ist ein bisschen. Naja.
Into the fray once more.
Alistair, have you ever had the fortune
Und betrunken Kriegsschnell.
Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets. The
I
likes of
needed
which I
that.
doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
As good as a new penny.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your
Handel
match
mit
once
Gefährten.
or twice.
Man wird feststellen, dass die meisten Leute vorzugsweise mit Haupthelden sprechen. Wir sind
Now,
allerdings bereit, mit Begleitern zu handeln.
saffrons, I dare say.
Okay. Achso, jetzt steuere ich sie.
Simbladorix! That! Ha! Quite under my spell, aren't you? Yes, my enfriending charm never fails.
Ah ja.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned
Vielleicht kann sie einen Bogen
enough when you
gebrauchen.
realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Was ist denn sie von Klasse, ja? Stufe 3. Wir sind jetzt Stufe 2. Na, sehr gut.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the
Ah,
fabled
okay.
wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha!
Unabhängig,
Be so lucky as to
herzlos, egoistisch.
They
Das
say
ist man
he's
nicht
privy to
eingeordnet.
ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Auch kann ich den Counterbogen sehen, welche Klasse sie ist. Stärke, Gewandtheit. Starkes Schwert hat es auf jeden Fall schon mal. Das heißt auch nicht wirklich voll Bedarf dafür. Sie ist ausgerüstet.
Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my
Francis.
Greetings, traveller, and may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation? You
Ja,
mean
auf
you
jeden Fall.
haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost. Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye. Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed.
Ja, sicher.
There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way. She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess. What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.